got Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship fully funded at University of Debrecen in Hungary, where I'll be answering your questions as well as my whole process. Where you'll get nominated by your country. 3rd of March and after exam, which was physics or chemistry. Biology was compulsory. Followed NCRT, physical chemistry, the organic chemistry, 40 questions, and the interview that is from biology and chemistry. And they asked me questions and I got selected. So if you don't get scholarship, the full fees is 16,000 US dollars. Your fees will be covered and 83 are for your dorm and some expenses, but rent is expensive in Hungary. You can work part-time. Hello everyone, I am Ritu and I got Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship in 2023 for 6-year MD program to study 6 years fully funded at University of Debrecen in Hungary. So I'll be making a full-fledged video where I'll be answering your questions as well as my whole process, where I'll start with my process. As you all know, that the deadline of the scholarship has already passed. So by now who has applied, congratulations, first step you have done is application. Right now your university to get to write the exam, the entrance exam and the interview for the university, you will get nominated by your country. For me, India, UGC, that is the higher education body in India, nominated me to the university. After that, it was around if I tell you about my experience, I got nominated by I got to know about my nomination by 3rd of March, and after that I was informed about a multiple choice question exam, which was online. Obviously you can't go to Hungary to give your exam. You were I was given a choice, right, to select either physics or chemistry. Biology was compulsory, so I selected chemistry. Now as for the preparation, what I did was, my exam was at March end and I followed NCRT basically because the students who are entering university in Hungary, they enter out of high school, right? So I followed NCRT. The best part about the university exam was that they didn't ask me about botany, because in India, if you're studying 11th and 12th biology, you also have botany and zoology. The main thing they want to ask was physiology, that is the body systems and all those parts. So those who have studied NCRT well, you can definitely go for the NCRT biology, and that would be more than enough. And next is I selected chemistry, and basically I studied the physical chemistry, the organic chemistry, and inorganic was something which I did at the last thing. I didn't give much of a priority because it is so memory heavy. So I did my MCQ questions. There were I don't honestly remember, but 40 questions, and the time limit was less because they wanted to make the thing competitive, and it was online, so they knew people were going to see things, or they thought they but I gave the exam honestly, because I also wrote exam for another university, right, which I'll not disclose. After that, I got to know that I have been selected for interview, that is I passed my written exam, and my interview was in the middle of April. And basically I had a bunch of professors, you could say, which select the students, interview me. And it was not a personal interview talking about yourself, but basically about the knowledge. So they had questions from biology and chemistry, and they asked me questions, and I answered, and definitely I got selected. So how did I got to know? By April end, I was getting very anxious because, I gave the interview, what now, right? But for me personally, I got to know about the acceptance in the June end, by 25th June. And after that I applied for the Hungarian visa, 1-month visa, and got the travel insurance and booked my tickets, and I came on 20th of August, and from 21st of August, 21 or 22 August, whichever was Monday, I had a 2-week crash Hungarian course, basically basic Hungarian, which you need to know before starting your Hungarian 1, and that's how it started for me. Now I'll answer your questions, okay? So I have taken screenshot of all the questions I have gotten, and I'll be answering them one by one. So first question was make a full-fledged video, which I made. Second is that Apu, I'm from Bangladesh, so this is the question, right? So far I know OTM MD is equivalent to MBBS degree, and I'm interested. Yes, OTM MD, that is the 6-year degree in Europe, is equivalent to MBBS degree in Asia. Okay. So basically, if you don't get scholarship, the full fees is 16,000 US dollars, and if you get the scholarship, then your fees will be covered and you'll be given 43,000 forints plus 40,000 forints. 43,000 forints are for like 43 plus 40, total 83 are for your dorm and some expenses, but usually you don't get dorm because there are so many international students, so you need to put sometimes your money, which I was putting, right? And the rent is expensive in Hungary, right? And especially with the Ukraine war and all that stuff going on, it has gotten a lot of inflation. So yes, if you can work part-time if you can afford to do that, because some of the people I knew, they used to work part-time and they used to afford us, they had some other scholarship which their country gave, which India does not give. So basically, if you can bear the extra cost and if you can get the scholarship, go for it, because your degree will be recognized in all of Europe. And on University of Debrecen website, it says that it is also, you don't need to give UK licensing exam, but you need to confirm that with the UK Medical Council. I'm not sure about it. It's only mentioned on the university website. You can get part-time job, but usually what you get is warehouse job, where you be sorting out stuff, which some of my known people I used to know used to do that. So yeah, but if you don't get scholarship, or if you are not able to get the part-time job, or if you think that you'll not be able to afford financially, I would say go for a cheaper country or a cheaper university. There are a lot of universities in Bulgaria, there are other countries, Croatia, so if you want to do MBBS and you want to do it in Europe, and if you don't get scholarship, go for them. Okay. Another person messaged that they have 75% in 10th and 12th and I want to pursue MBBS. Well, basically, you don't have to give IELTS. I had TOEFL exam, which I gave for, because I have done engineering before this, and I gave TOEFL for my master's program, which I applied for and I got accepted into in Canada. But if you have 75%, the main thing they see is the entrance exam and entrance interview, and if you can do good in that, then you might get the scholarship, right? The syllabus, as I said, is zoology thing, basically your human body stuff, and the chemistry. If you go through the NCERT, you'll be done with it. Okay. If you come back to India, yes, you have to give FMG. Only 5 countries are exempted from FMG if you do your medical program or residency in US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. You don't have to give FMG when you come back to India. Otherwise, wherever you do your MBBS, MD, you do have to give FMG. And after giving FMG, you can go for NEET, PG, or whatever you want to do, right? How did I apply for the Stipendium Hungaricum website? Every process is online. You need to fill up the online application form, write your statement purpose like SOP thing. There's also the medical certificate thing, which you need to get done from your doctor in India. And yeah, okay. Well, there was one question specifically for this university: are the professors good and do they explain stuff well? Well, yes, professors are 90% good. Well, in every university you will find some people or some teachers are not good, and plus in medical school you have to study yourself. No person can teach you everything. You have to sit down your ass and study yourself, and if you know stuff, no professor will fail you. But yes, sometimes people feel that they have been unfairly failed. Okay. Next question is, okay, how can a NEET aspirant apply for it? Well, basically, if you are studied for NEET, as I said, you can give the exam, the entrance exam, as well as the entrance interview, and the fees is, as I said, is 16,000 US dollars. And well, talking about the expenses, right, just one of the questions someone asked me was that my rent. Personally, my rent depends upon which area you're living. It's a central Debrecen, or near the university, or outer Debrecen. Depending upon that, your rent might fluctuate a little. The rent was, because the Hungarian forint to INR rate was 4, right? 4 HUF were equal to 1 INR, but now the rate is 3 point something to 1. That is, Hungarian forint has gotten more expensive, so you need to spend more Indian rupees to stay there, right? The rent was 30,000 rupees for me per month, right? And on top of that, if you can cook every day or you can meal prep and control your expenses, 40,000 rupees per month will be enough. But during winter time, you will have to pay for heating, the gas, which can be around 5,000 to 15,000. So overall, take an average of 50,000 rupees per month or 6 lakh rupees per year just for your rent and living expenses. But of course, if you can share your room or if you find a place which is cheaper, this expense can vary, okay? But on an average, take 30 to 40,000 rupees per month, okay? One more question. I want to study in University of Debrecen through Stipendium Hungaricum for my bachelor's degree. Yes, you can study for Stipendium Hungaricum. It's just not for medical. It is for other degrees, such as like your computer science engineering, different kinds of engineering, other kinds of bachelor's, master's and PhD. You get more stipend in master's and PhD, but for bachelor's you get 80,000 forints, 83,000 forints, but for master's you get more than 1 lakh, 1,20,000 forints, okay? Well, sending partners, every country have different sending partners, right? So I'm not sure. I'm familiar with only India, which is UGC, and that's how I got. There's no white coat ceremony, which personally we didn't have one. Our batch didn't have one, but well, as I said, for the entrance exam preparation, the best resource will be NCRT. But if you are applying outside of India, what you can do is go through the high school biology, basically the human body system, the physiology part, the digestive system, respiratory, endocrine, and all that stuff. Basic cell biology and all that stuff which you have in high school biology, and chemistry, which is your physical chemistry, talking about the numbers, organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry, right? As I said, my university name is University of Debrecen, and the fees is $16,000 per year. One last question is, if I have done foundation in general medicine, can I get direct admission? Yes, you can get direct admission if you have done their basic foundation course, or BMC they call that, right? Basic medical thing, which is like 6 months or 1 year. I know a few classmates who had done 1 year BMC, some had done 6 months BMC. You have to give the exam. Depending upon your score of exam, you can get admission into medical or dentistry or pharmacy, depending upon their score and what you apply for, okay? 40,000, they give you dorm fees, but a lot of people don't get dorm, or they don't like to live in dorm because 3 people have to share one room, and there's this community kitchen. Some people don't like to cook themselves or don't want to share the kitchen, so it's up to you if you want to rent out or you want to live in the dorm. So that's it. If you have any more questions, don't forget to comment down, and I'll be answering them in the comments, or I'll make a follow-up with you. Bye bye.